Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Pure Biology, and today I come with another video, that is the ABSISIC acid signaling pathway. Okay, so before going to this topic, I have to say that different plant hormones signaling pathway and the biosynthesis process and their functions also present in my video. That means these are already explained in my channel, so you just check out that one. And here today is the ABSISIC acid signaling pathway. First here I will try to explain which are involved this ABSISIC acid signaling pathway, and if this is completed within a very less time, then within this video I also try to explain that its process with the rough diagram. Okay, and the time is taken lunch, then I have to explain that part in the next video. Okay, so this is the ABSISIC acid signaling pathway. First here the ABSISIC acid, that is also called the stress hormone. That means why it is called the stress hormone, that is it generally helps the seeds to remain in dormant condition. Okay, that means it prevents the germination process of the seeds, so that's why this is called the stress hormone, or you can say that it helps the plants seeds to remain in the unfavorable condition. Okay, so this hormone involved in short-term and long-term developmental processes. Mainly the candidates which are involved in this ABS signaling process, these are, first one is the PYR, PYL, RCAR. These are the receptors. Okay, these are receptors. Sorry, these are not receptors. These are known as the pyrrolactin members of starch superfamily of ligand binding proteins, and which are present in the cytosol and the nucleus. Okay, so these are the members of what? These are the compounds of pyrrolactin and the members of the starch superfamily. That means from where the signaling process becomes started. Okay, so of ligand binding proteins. Okay, and which are present, these are present mainly in the cytosol and the nucleus. And this ABA first binds to internal pocket in the receptor, changing the conformation to permit the interconnection with the PP2C. So first of all, the ABA when enter into the cytosol and the nucleus, they generally bind with the receptor, and due to the binding of ABA, the conformational change is occurred, and that is the result of that is creating or inducing a condition where that ABA can bind with this PP2C. This is one kind of important protein, and this can bind with the multiple additional ABA signaling components. So PP2C not only bind with this ABA, there are another signaling components present that also bind with the PP2C, and the full name of the PP2C I also explain later. Next one is that CHLH. This is the plastid localized subunit of Mg chelatase enzyme. This is the what? This is present generally in the plastid, that means one organelle, and this is the subunit of Mg chelatase enzyme, and this involved in the chlorophyll synthesis and in signaling coordinates plastid and nuclear gene expression. So this type of protein generally helps in the gene expression of nucleus and the plastid. That is also related with the ABA signaling process. That means if ABA signaling process is induced, then the gene expression will start. CHLH overexpression are hypersensitive to ABA. This its presence is higher, then this is hypersensitive to ABA. That means it is harmful to ABA. Next one is that secondary some messengers are there who are involved in this ABA signaling process. Obviously here two kinds of processes are seen. Either the process is dependent on calcium or not independent on calcium. And there are many secondary messengers are there. First one is that calcium reactive oxygen species or ROX, cyclic nucleotides, and the phospholipids. These are all the secondary messengers. Sometimes these are involved due to the presence of calcium or absence of calcium. And cytosol in this calcium level, this is mainly regulated by how? By changes activity of permitting calcium influx through the plasma membrane and into cytosol from the internal organs. That means very simple. The calcium level present within the cytosol and that is coming through the calcium channels. Okay. And the last one is that this is the fourth one. There are some protein phosphatases and kinases are there. These also regulate that ABA signaling process. Now, the ABA activated protein kinase, the full form, and the shortly it is known as the AAPK. And these are the members of sucrose non-functioning related kinase 2. So, ABA activated protein kinase, these are the members of what? These are the members of sucrose non-functioning related kinase 2, members of that. And the phosphorylation is correlated with the increased activity of transcription factors. So, phosphorylation of this protein that induce the transcription factors activity, and that's why if the transcription factors activity or the transcription factors becomes active, then the transcription process will occur in that controlling the signaling process of ABA. Another important proteins that are the so these are the this is under that means the phosphatase and the kinases. Okay, so this will be 5. So protein phosphatases are there that interact with the kinases and transcription factors, calcium binding protein also, and they will sometimes phosphorylated, then the signaling process will occurring due to the activity of the activation of the transcription factors. And here the phosphorylation occurs of what? Of the serine and threonine residues. So these protein phosphatases that interact with kinase, calcium binding protein and TFS that regulating their activity by phosphorylation or phosphorylating the serine threonine residues. That means by the phosphorylation process of serine threonine residues, these interactions may happen. Clear? And another important thing is GPCR. This is one type of G protein that is involved GTG and GTG2. They have intrinsic G protein and these are involved also ABA signaling process. So these are the main factors which are involved in this abscisic acid signaling pathway. Okay, and here one thing is that PYR and PYL, these are the receptors and that is one kind of protein. Okay, so these are the receptors on which that ABA binds to an internal pocket. Clear? So these are all the factors that are involved in the abscisic acid signaling pathway, and there is no space, so I have to explain the process and its rough diagram in my next video. So thank you.